Greetings, ladies and gentlemen of the internet. This is the Fat White Knight, as always, coming to you from another live stream. Not a live stream, YouTube video, sorry. I've got some things today that I'd like to talk to you about. Oh, the glare in my glasses is bad. We'll sit like this. I have some things that I want to talk about. And it's a hard topic for me to really express and to make myself aware of. I am one of those people that tends to put everything possible into a relationship. I will make it so that no matter what I do, the relationship comes first, kind of thing. I'll wear my heart on my sleeve, and I'll make it so I do everything possible just to see that other person smile. Because of this, though, it's left me in a weird place. Recently, I've been hit with a wave of super hard depression. This depression was caused by an erratic relationship, in which case I probably shouldn't have stayed as long as I did in the first place. This was a relationship that started out great, turned sour, reinvigorated itself, turned sour, renewed its spirit, and I held on to it with everything possible inside my heart. This relationship ended very badly, as you can tell. It was miscommunication and the inability for her to see what she really had. I believe that I am better than that. That I don't deserve to be someone's last pick. To, go through everything in the relationship that I did. I don't believe that that is how a relationship should work. But still, this was one of the best I've ever had. Sitting at 23 other girls that I've been with, this was the best one that I've had. And even though it wasn't the longest, I felt feelings of happiness, joy, amazement, and wonderment, honestly. Every time I was near her, I felt amazing. But in light of the relationship ending a few weeks back, my depression has gone out of control. I'd like to say that I can do it, that I know exactly what I'm feeling, and that I can get through this. It's a hard thing to say. Every day I am thoroughly struggling to get out of bed for a little bit now. And I keep asking myself, how the fuck do I fix this? I don't have an answer. I don't have an answer because part of me still misses her. I still want to be with her as bad as the relationship became. And that's a fault of mine. I give you 1,000 chances. Ignore all the different factions that made the relationship what it was. I ignore all the bad, the hate, the neglect, everything. And focus on when I'm with you, it's amazing. Never felt anything like it. My depression is the light of me usually drinking excessively or not eating for long periods of time. And that's one of the things I do in order to cope with the pain that I'm feeling inside. I know that these things are not the best course of action, and I know that no matter what I do, it's only hurting me, because she most likely has moved on by this point. It's been hard. I've tried to talk with friends. I've tried to immerse myself in games, in writing, in school, I've done stupid things like go to the mall and hold up a "Ask Me Why I'm Single" sign. It was a fun experience. I'll tell you about it later. I don't know what to do. I've come to this point where I'm really struggling. This is immensely hard for me, and I'm not sure where to go from here. Obviously, I want to move on. I want to move forward and put this in the past. But that's not how my brain works. It does not want me to forget about the good times that I had. And it does not want me to truly be happy. Now, I know that sounds weird for some of you without depression and anxiety to really grasp and understand. But finding happiness is truly hard for us with depression. There are days where I don't want to get out of bed. There's days where I don't get out of bed. There's days where I will sleep the entire day away and wake up feeling worse than I did before. There's times where I want to just go drink. I go to the bar, start getting hammered, Long Island after Long Island, mixed with beer, mixed with shots. Doesn't help. People have told me, what you got to do is just move on. If you are able to go through and push through it, things will get better. I agree with that to an extent. Things will eventually get better. But it might not always be what you expect. With me, with my personal depression, when I'm sad, it's hard. It's a long process where I can't express myself truly. Where I try various things just to get through each and every day. But I can't. I know that things will get better. I do. I don't know where to start. And that's one of the hardest things to say about it. I don't know where to start. I keep looking at my phone and hoping that there's a text from her. I hope that there is a message, a Facebook message, an Instagram, a Snapchat message, anything. I know it's not going to come. But yet I still hope and look towards my phone for that reason. I found myself not even looking at my phone now because I know the messages are not from her. I know a lot of you will say, it's just a breakup. You'll get over it. But it's not. A breakup is hard enough in its own. A breakup with depression becomes an entirely different monster in itself. And I want to shed some light on that. So I've learned some things through these last couple weeks that have definitely not worked, that have not helped at all. First and foremost, getting drunk. Felt great at the time. Felt great until afterwards. And then that depressant just kicks in and you feel worse than when you started. Tried not eating, in which I would go days and days without food. I'd drink water just to sustain, but I wouldn't eat. It helped control the pain physically, but in the end, left me just the same. I tried pushing myself. Didn't help. Tried working out 5 hours a day. Nothing. Just made my body feel exhausted as my mind was. I know that there won't be a lot of sympathy. I'm not expecting it. The internet is a cold and casual place. in which there are people that care, but for the most part, there will be get over it, do it. You know, it's life. That's what you have to do. And I understand that. I'm not asking for your empathy, your pity, your sympathy. I don't want it. I am just trying to find my own way to get better. And this video is my start. With it, I've started writing again every single day to convey the feelings that I'm feeling inside. Putting a poetic verse to what I feel. Now, this is not necessarily helping sort out what I'm going through or to fix the problem. But this is helping me to convey what is on my mind and express the words through beautiful terms that I don't have to dwell on. These poems are things that I can look over once a year, maybe. But for the most part, I do not look at any of these poems again. I will post them. I will share them and all of these things. And a lot of times, people will not grasp the meaning that I'm going through. I don't expect it to. With every poem, with every piece of literature, everything ever written, it's open to interpretation. And I understand that. I think the worst part, though, is that even though I'm surrounded by people that currently care and want me to get through this in the best manner possible, I still feel openly alone. And that's the hardest thing that I can't shake. All these people around me, and I just feel alone. I wonder if anyone can relate to this feeling. And I'm sure there are people who are going through worse things than I have. But in my life, love is the hardest thing that I can ever do. I put up walls, barricades, roadblocks, speed bumps, everything and anything to try to protect myself from getting hurt. But in that instant, when you fall in love, do you know how hard that is? To relinquish your expositions of this, to get rid of your blockades and have them torn apart piece by piece in a matter of seconds. Just a smile can send me back spiraling into this love tunnel in which I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, to be honest. I'd like to talk more about this as the weeks come on and show you progress. And I plan to do so. This is week 2, roughly, of when the actual breakup took place. And I'm still recovering. I'd like to be that person that can shed light on depression and show that you're not alone. That even though you feel as if it's empty in the world, you can get through this. And I can too. And I'm going to lead by example and show just how hard the world can be, but that you can overcome it. You personally can overcome it, and you can be the man, the woman that you've always wanted to be, and forget about your depression. It's something you'll always live with, but it is something that you can partly control. And with that, I hope that I can serve as that inspiration to you, to anyone who sees this. Thank you for listening. Goodbye.